Still on round six of the Champions League, and as usual, we're talking about the games surrounding the English sides that will be happening in this round of action. And starting with you, Max, Bayer Leverkusen and Newcastle are separated by just 1 point, and both sides are looking to make their way into the top eight. Of course, Newcastle are traveling to the Bay Arena, but the question here is which side is more likely to win this fixture?
This is really tough to predict, especially looking at the recent results for both teams. I mean, first they lose to PSG 2-7, then they win 6-0 against Heidenheim, and that just feels like it can be anything in this day, while Newcastle most likely losing away most of the games. But they did beat Everton 4-1, and that really looks like anything can happen. But I feel like Bayern a bit favorite here, but anything can happen, actually.
Fair. And over to you, Victor. I'm sure you're happy about this one, but yeah, you're happy to see like another side, joining Liverpool in losing. But yeah, Arsenal lost to Aston Villa at the weekend, losing their second game of the season, and the injury, crisis continues. But the question here, Victor, is: do we expect Arsenal to return to winning ways against Club Brugge?
It's relative to say that, happy to see Arsenal losing because it's only the second loss of the season. It's far from a crisis. They've only lost to Villa and through some magic to Liverpool. But as far as this game goes against Bruges, I can see this one going one of only two ways. Either Arsenal are going to lose their heads now after losing to Villa and drop some more points in the next 3 or 4 fixtures, or they get a proper professional win 1 or 2-0. I cannot see them at the moment give Bruges a proper trashing. I'm leaning towards an Arsenal win despite the injury crisis because there's a clear gap in value between the two sides. But I wouldn't be absolutely shocked with a draw here.
Fair point. I mean, especially when you consider that regardless of whatever happens, Arsenal are more than likely to finish in the top 8 as it stands. I think Arteta might be forced to rotate heavily, to avoid more injuries. So people should not expect the same strong Arsenal side. But anyways, back to you, Max. We are going to see the clash of the round 6, when Manchester City travel to Spain to take on Real Madrid. I feel like this is a fixture we see almost every season at this point. We've been seeing this for like the past 3 or 4 seasons now.
That's UEFA's cash cow.
Exactly, that's like their cash cow fixture at this point. But yeah, Max, who are the actual favorites for this game, and who is more likely to win?
I actually do see Man City as a favorite here because looking at the recent results of Real Madrid, they lost to Celta, they draw with Girona, Elche, Rayo Vallecano. I mean, losing to Liverpool, it just feels like they're not in their best form. They're pretty far from their best form, while Man City is scoring a lot of goals in league. Yeah, they also concede sometimes, especially against Fulham, that game 4-5. But I do feel like the Man City is in much better form at the moment.
Okay, fair. And back to you, Victor. What are your bold predictions or score predictions for this game?
In a total disagreement to Max, I'm saying 4-1 to Real Madrid.
Wow.
It's one of those things where they just show up and show out in the Champions League. Yes, they've been a bit wobbly lately in the league, but I think they're gonna put a proper beating to Man City here. Arsenal winning to 0 and a score draw Leverkusen and Newcastle.
Interesting. Max, your answer to that question too?
I was going to say that Man City win at least by 2 goals, maybe even by 3. And also Arsenal winning without conceding a goal.
Fair point.
Just with your prediction and mine for Real Madrid v City, it's going to end in a draw.
Exactly, like both of you had the complete opposite predictions. So we're going to have to see how that one will play out. But yeah, those are our thoughts for round 6 in the Champions League. It promises to be exciting, and as usual, after the round of games, we'll be sure to give the best talking points and developments as they happen.